Can you walk us through a few practical things a parish could begin implementing right now, whether physical, liturgical, or social, to become more inclusive in a meaningful way?
Sure. I have a lot of things that they can do, but I'll try to be concise. First, I would say invite disabled members of the community to participate on parish councils, on ministry committees, give them opportunities to use their unique gifts in God's house in fitting ways. I mean, you don't have to ask somebody to do something. For instance, my son is cognitively not able to be on a parish council, so that wouldn't make sense. But if somebody's in a wheelchair, of course, that does not mean they cannot be on a parish council. So, another example, if there's a young woman who has Down syndrome, that person might make a wonderful greeter in the narthex. Someone who has mobility issues might also love learning and teaching about the faith. So that person can teach Sunday school. I would also say start line items in your parish annual budget that will work toward physical access improvements like ramps, braille restroom signs, or other things like, for instance, some of my blind friends said to me that braille reading is actually there's a very small percentage of blind people who can read braille, but one wonderful thing you can do is to make your handrails in line with steps. So a horizontal handrail at the landing, and then as soon as the steps start, the incline to the handrail, which gives the person who is blind guidance as to when the steps start, and then a horizontal stop at the end. So little things to help somebody navigate the space of your church. So these are things you can budget for. Also, hearing aid devices. Many of our parishioners who are older lose their hearing, their hard of hearing. There are FM transmitters that are not that expensive that a parish can budget for. There's a new device that's called Aracast that will actually, somebody can, using technology, tap into their hearing aids, the mic and the system of the church. So there's fascinating things we can do with AI to help people who are hard of hearing as well. Hire ASL translators as much as possible. There's so many deaf people who would love to know what's happening in liturgy and don't have the translation being presented, at least for feast day celebrations and large feast days. Money to host parish-wide retreats on the topics of disability, or to pay for special education training for your church school teachers. These are some things you can line item in your budgets. I would also say, listen, that as people with disabilities in your community express their needs and their pain, and try to keep an open mind. Try not to get defensive about criticism, but to see it as an opportunity to make changes that will make everyone feel valued and that will foster relationships in Christ.